大家好. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Growing Up with Chinese, 成长汉语. We've got a good lineup of useful phrases to learn today, and also you'll all be learning how to count to 10. Actually, numbers in Chinese are relatively not complicated. So as long as you know how to count to 10, you can really count to 99. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, so last show we covered the basic ways to do introductions in Chinese. And today we'll be continuing introductions by learning how to ask how old someone is. Now our clip from last time ended with Mike saying hello to Xiaoming's parents. But the scene wasn't finished yet. How will it end? Okay, let's go back to Xiaoming's apartment and see just what kind of age discussion is taking place.
小明，你好。
老师好。
你们好。
你好。你好，我叫小明，你叫什么名字？
我叫麦。小明，你姓什么？
我姓王。
哦，王小明。叔叔阿姨，你们好。
麦克，你多大了？
阿姨，我16岁。小明，你呢？
我也16岁。
So Xiaoming's mom said, Mike, 你多大了? Ni, we should all know very well by now, it means you, 你. Duo on its own means much or many, 多. And da means big. So put together, 多大 means how big or how old. Le makes a sentence past tense. You know, le is one of the main reasons why my mom decided to learn Chinese. I'm very serious. Le is used to make a sentence past tense. Tenses in English can get pretty complicated because we have to conjugate verbs a lot of the time. I am, I was, I will be, I eat, I ate, I will eat. Well, in Chinese, verbs don't change that way. 我吃, I eat. 我吃了, I ate. Now, this will come up soon as a language point, but I wanted to give all of you a sneak peek now because we do see the use of le today. So put together, 你多大了 means how old are you?
叔叔阿姨，你们好。
麦克，你多大了？
阿姨，我16岁。Well, we know that 阿姨 means aunt, and 我 means I. 16 is 16, the number 16. And 岁 denotes age. So 我16岁 means, yep, I'm 16 years old.
麦克，你多大了？
阿姨，我16岁。
小明，你呢? And you, 小明? Ne in this case is what makes the sentence a question. 你呢? And you? Or what about you? 我也16岁. This one we should all be able to figure out ourselves. 也 means also. So Xiaoming's reply is, I'm also 16, or I'm 16 also. 我也16岁.
小明，你呢？
我也16岁。
All right, everybody, let's take a look at today's vocabulary. We're almost done with our coverage of pinyin. Today, we'll be wrapping everything up by discussing finals in combination. Now, what I mean by that is when a final has more than one letter. Now, for the most part, when two or more finals are combined, each letter keeps its original singular sound, like an as in tan, ia, ya as in xia, ang, ang as in hang. There are a few minor adjustments for some, though, so let's highlight some of them for you right now. Okay. A and I make the I sound, just like the letter I. 买菜带. E and I make the A sound, as in way. 北得贼. All right, here's another one. I, A, N makes the sound yen, as in Vienna. So 天边闲. Now I and E make the yes sound, like the ye in yes. 谢谢别谢. All right. U, A, I. UAI is a little tricky. It makes the I sound, as in 怀帅拽. UI makes the A sound, as in 水会退对. UE is also a little tricky, as the U makes the U sound with E, as in 雪雀倔. UAN is the an sound, with most initials, like 团, 换, 转. But when it follows a J, an X, a Q, and some others, the U sound comes in, like 旋劝圆卷. Okay, that just about covers pinyin. Tones are notated above each word, as differing tones lead to different meanings of words. So don't forget to put your tones in. Okay, so that wrapped up our pinyin explanation. Now let's take a look at some of today's specific vocabulary words. 多, much, or many. 多. 大, big. 大. 呢, used at the end of an interrogative sentence. 呢. 乐, used after a verb or adjective to indicate the completion of a real or expected change or action. 乐. 岁, referring to the age of someone, as in years old. 岁. Today we're spotlighting conversation topics. It can be very interesting to look at what some cultures consider taboo topics and what other cultures consider very acceptable topics of conversation. Now, we all know that in many countries, asking someone's age can be a bit of a sensitive subject. If someone volunteers his or her age, that's okay. But usually it's a question that's asked with some degree of caution. In China, it's quite common for people, be they friends or strangers, to ask you your age. And it's not considered impolite in the slightest. If you're in China, you might also get asked what your Chinese zodiac animal is. This question is a less direct way of asking someone's age. Now, because the Chinese zodiac cycles every 12 years, it's possible to figure out someone's age based on his or her corresponding zodiac sign. Now, another common topic of conversation is someone's weight. Now, I know in many cultures, especially American culture, weight is a very sensitive subject. In China, you might have someone come up and say, "Wow, you've really gotten fatter recently," or, "Oh my, you've lost weight." Now, some kids will even have the nickname Little Fatty, 小胖子. Depending on where you might be from, this could come across as the biggest insult possible. But in China, what people are commenting on is your general health. If someone says you've gotten fatter, what they're really saying is that you look great. You look well-rested, happy, and healthy. So if a kid is called Little Fatty, 小胖子, you can think of it as meaning little healthy. Now, if someone says you look thin, they're expressing concern over how hard you're working, how you might not be getting enough sleep. and so on and so on. So in China, talking about someone's weight can be viewed as an indirect way of inquiring about or commenting on someone's overall state of health. And the fatter, the better. All right, everyone, it's time to switch gears. Let's now move from our cultural discussion to our discussion on today's language points. So let's take a look at what they are. 多. When 多 is used in a question, it's asking about a degree or an amount. 多大, how big or how old. 多高. 高 means high or tall, so 多高 is how high or how tall. 多远. 远 means far, so 多远 is how far. As your vocabularies grow, you'll be able to add 多 to a lot of the words you learn. Just remember that when you use 多 in a question, it implies degree or amount. Let's look at some more examples.
兰兰，你多大了？
我15岁了。
小明，你今年多大了？
我15岁了。
In today's clip, instead of using 多大, Xiaoming's mom asked Mike, 你几岁了? 几 is used when asking about a specific amount, and usually it's used when the amount being asked is about between 2 and 9. Now, I'm sure you're all thinking, yeah, but Mike is obviously over 9 years old, so why is 几 used in asking for his age? Well, 几岁 is kind of an exception because it is specifically asking about age. Now, usually, people who are older than the person being asked will say, 你几岁了? You won't see a kid asking her grandparent, 爷爷，你几岁了? 几岁 is used mostly for people who are obviously young.
他几岁了？
他2岁了。
小朋友，你几岁了？
也 also, 我也16岁了. The use of 也 is very similar to how we use also in English. But let's look at some examples just so you all know what's going on.
认识你很高兴。
认识你，我也很高兴。你姓什么？
我姓王，你呢？
我也姓王。
小明，你好。
老师好。
你们好。
你好。
你好，我叫小明，你叫什么名字？
我叫麦。小明，你姓什么？
我姓王。
哦，王小明。叔叔阿姨，你们好。
麦克，你多大了？
阿姨，我16岁。小明，你呢？
我也16岁。
And we're done. Today wasn't too hard, was it? 不太难吧? Don't forget, you can always visit our website to review your Chinese, and if you can't find what you're looking for, drop us a letter in feedback, and I will do my best to answer any of your questions. Keep up the good work, everyone. Next show we'll be seeing the same clip again, so it should be a good review of what we covered today. 加油, everybody! See you all soon. 再见.